at all. She hasn't aged. What the hell? You know? And yeah, little known fact, my character when on GTA, when Ashford goes to the Hive, I did kind of rip that off a little bit from Rosemary from TNA. The voice and everything.
To go back to the Evolution pay-per-view, is it
Yeah.
going to be where they have women referees as well? Or
I would hope so, because they have, one or two that work down in NXT?
Because, right, isn't it for the Mae Young they do only women referees?
I believe so.
Or they did an event in the past where it was just women.
Yeah. And that would be great. You know, heck, get rid of Michael Cole and have female announcers and female commentators.
Oh, Michael Cole.
Because I do not want the Evolution pay-per-view, I do not want to hear 50 million times, it's boss time!
Why don't they let women do male matches? Let them do everything.
They are doing everything now. They're doing Iron Man matches. They're doing First Blood matches. They're doing Hell in a Cell matches.
Like, what would be the difference? It's not like they're like having to wrestle Brock Lesnar. They just comment on it.
I don't know. Ronda Rousey versus Brock Lesnar. Put your bets in right now. Ronda Rousey versus Brock Lesnar.
He's a tough dude, but I bet you she could beat the hell out of some of those other guys that aren't necessarily MMA trained. They're just wrestlers.
Yeah, but the problem with Brock, right, is that Brock doesn't really let you win anything. And like he can't really ever allow Brock to be beaten. I mean, how long has he been champion now?
Since WrestleMania, because that's when he beat Goldberg.
Oh, what a load of bullshit!
Wait a minute, because this WrestleMania was him versus.
Yeah, it was WrestleMania last year.
It was WrestleMania last year. He's been champion.
It was Reigns.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be going back to UFC for another fight, so they're saying that he's probably going to drop it at one of the next pay-per-views.
Yeah. Miss Amaris says, "Ugh, fucking Cole," and Kenro Gaming coming in Brock because WWE would feed her to him. Feed the beast. All right.
You realize that Brock couldn't do any wrong when he beat the streak, and that was it. So you know that if he's done that, no one could beat him.
And well, that's the thing. The thing with the Undertaker. That's the weird thing with the Undertaker. He loses the streak. He comes back and wins. Then he loses to Roman Reigns. But then he's supposedly retired. And then he comes back and he squashes John Cena in like 5 seconds. And then he's in the beautiful city of Jeddah, as they would say on Wrestle Talk News. With Ollie, you know, he was wrestling there in Jeddah, so it's interesting.
He wrestled in New York a couple of weeks ago, whenever they were here.
And he's going to be in the Australia show. He's going to wrestle Triple H in the Australia show.
So I don't know if he'll come back for SummerSlam or like do one more major pick. Usually he comes back for either SummerSlam or Survivor Series.
Yeah, he does one.
Hopefully Survivor Series, because that's where he was. You know, that's where Undertaker was born. Was that
Survivor Series is like sort of his thing. I just. I don't know,
Kenro Gaming coming in. Strowman destroyed Brock and then can't beat him for the title. Brock is overrated. Of course, Chief would like it if they resurrected Dick the Bruiser to beat Brock Lesnar.
Wasn't there something about Hogan coming back and doing something?
Yes.
I think that they probably will, since they just reinstated him back into the Hall of Fame.
They're talking about it now. A lot of
racism.
Yeah. Now a lot of people with Hogan.
Yeah, the phone calls kind of that's kind of hard to get around.
Yeah. Now the thing with Hogan. Now people have put out there. Now the New Day.
Kind of hard to forget Hogan.
Kofi Kingston came out and said, you know, we don't have to like what he did. We can be respectful. If he's there and he's willing to change, we can listen to him. We can help him realize his mistakes. You know, positivity, the New Day, positivity, right? But apparently Titus O'Neil has been very vocal that he is not happy that Hogan is going to be back.
It's pretty hard to take what he said in any kind of other context than what he said.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Also, the other thing is that it was a really long time ago as well. So I
don't think he ever tried to deny that he said what he said, but he did sort of say, you know, this was right after his divorce. He was in a very low point in his life and probably wasn't in the best mental frame, and it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But still, it's still that stigma.
Yeah, it doesn't give him a pass, but
he gets. I mean, he's Hogan. He gets no back.
Once passed long enough, you'll get.
Kenro Gaming coming in. Hogan brings ratings, but could you imagine another NWO? I could not imagine another NWO. That was like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Stacker, what did Hogan do? A lot of racist stuff.
Yeah, well, one recording of him in particular, I think, that got out. But, I mean, well, then you got the weird sex tape stuff, too. I mean, he has got a lot of scandals the last few years.
Miss Amaris coming in. If Hogan is in, can we put Benoit in? Jericho wouldn't have the career he did without his feud with Benoit. Benoit is still a very touchy
I don't
subject.
think Benoit will ever get back into anything.
I mean, his matches are on the network, but you cannot search. Like, if you go to the search bar, you cannot search Chris Benoit.
And
Jericho came out and defended him, kind of.
Like for Royal Rumble, they'll mention the people that have won from like the number 2 position, but they never list the entire list because they would have to say his name and they won't do it.
Yeah. Now, can we get Tommy Dreamer in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Yeah, of course he will.
Come on, we got to get Tommy. I want Tommy Dreamer and
Didn't Jericho come out and defend Benoit?
Jericho has come out and he said, he does not condone what he did. But he said if you talk strictly from the performer aspect, he was one of the best in that ring.
Something like judge his career by his wrestling and his personal life.
Right. Yeah. Separate his career and his personal life. Separate them. Panda's got a panda. Where's Norton?
Norton is right here.
There. We have to have Norton. He doesn't have his glasses though.
They're somewhere.
Ms. Maris said, here's the thing. The WWE has to take some responsibility for having the man to do a flying headbutt for 5+ years. I'll agree with that. I think they said his brain was like that of like an 80 or 90-year-old man when they did.
His brain was not in good shape at all.
Exactly. Career versus whatever demons he was battling. Exactly. All right. Let's transition into comics. Because
speaking of which, I have some news. I don't know if Panda knows this, and she probably does know this, but I don't know if she's heard it. Umbrella Academy is being made into a show, and the Hotel Oblivion thing is coming out October 3rd is the first.
How much money is getting poured into TV shows about comics?
Oh man!
Wow!
It's a weird time to be a comic fan, having grown up without any of that stuff, and now it's like the number one thing. It's like when I was growing up reading comics my whole life since I was a kid, it was like they weren't. You were more likely to get pushed down a flight of stairs for reading comics than you were to get friends and to be liked.
Exactly.
And it's just weird that everybody loves comic books now. It's bizarre. It's like a walk through the Twilight Zone.
And Cool Bear, I've been seeing your tweets. You have kind of found like a love again of reading comics, because you've been out there talking a lot about books you've been reading lately.
Oh, it's mainly because I've stopped tweeting so much. I don't know. I have a general philosophy now that I think Donald Trump has ruined Twitter.
No, that's fake news. Cool Bear, stop. No, you don't. But no, I'm gonna build a wall. That's right. Cool Bear, wall. There's a wall.
He's legitimized hatred, and now everyone is allowed to just be a fucking asshole.
That's why I stay off. That's why I post the show on Twitter, but I don't interact because I don't. There's just so much negativity.
No one talks like comics anymore. No one has.
Remember 6 years ago, Cool Bear? Remember 6 years ago, we would have conversations about comics like for hours and hours, and all of us would be in this Twitter thread, and then somebody would say, "Can you please remove me from this thread? My phone keeps dinging." And then Chief and I go, "Fine, fuck you. We're going to create a better podcast than you." And guess what? 200 episodes. And where are you?
You're not bitter.
No, we're not bitter. No.
We're over it though.
Actually, we have talked many times. Chief and I will sit there before a show. We're like, we're not really angry anymore. We should change the name.
Rage, because we're not really raging.
Yeah, we want to call it like the nerd geriatric happy men show now. I mean, there are sometimes I'll still rage on stuff, or we'll be pissed off about something like traffic. Traffic fucking sucks.
There's plenty to be mad about out there.
But
people don't talk about Twitter anymore on comics anymore. So I still tweet about, like I always used to tweet. Like I tweet about the books I love. I don't tweet about books I hate because I try not to read them. But also, I just don't talk about myself on Twitter anymore. Like I'll talk to you guys and my friends and things.
Yeah.
But I don't talk about my life on Twitter, and people do that more and more these days. And I'm just like, I'm done with that. I have no interest in other people's lives. Why would they have interest in my life? So I just tweet about comic books. That's all I care about.
And real quick, if anybody wants to check out Cool Bear's site, which he's always saying he has to update, I just put it in the chat there. House of Flying Scalpels.
My favorite comic blog of all time.
It's the greatest thing.
Of all time?
Yes.
Of all time.
Yes.
The only one I really care about or would read. Like other people, I'd read it and then
I mean, come on, you've been having Chief and I
always read Cool Bear's stuff because it's good.
You've been having Chief and I, like, some people are like the mistress and the dame. You got Chief and I scrubbing the freaking moat and cleaning your chimneys in that damn house.
And we're still loyal.
And we're still loyal. We're still here.
Yeah, that's funny.
But that's House of Flying Scalpels. If you want to go in there, I still say your breaking down of Battle of the Atom in like 5 panels was like the greatest thing you ever did. That was like great. Kenro Gaming says I avoid Twitter and other social media these days. Agreed. Mod, so fed up with social media. Agreed. Frosty Sniper coming in. How you doing, Frosty? This is the podcast. Don't worry, Astrid's coming in a little bit because I know you're here to see your bae. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You know what's crazy, right? Is I still get a good 500, 600, 700 hits a month on my site, and I haven't written anything for like over a year.
Yep. Frosty Sniper, yeah, Chief is here. We also have our buddy Coolbeer from England, and the third Renegade Panda is with us tonight.
Everyone's here.
The third one is the elusive unicorn.
I'm just speaking in a British accent. That's not really.
So I want to. So
British accent.
Yeah. So I want to know, Coolbeer, were you excited? And Panda, you'll probably get excited. I know you've been kind of out of the comic book loop for a little bit because you're building your empire.
This is really sad, but I think one of the last times that I was in a comic book store was whenever me and Colbert went. And it's been so long.
That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I know. I think I was in one after that, and that was the last time.
Oh, that makes me sad.
So you'll probably enjoy this news, and I want to get Coolber's take on it. Chief and I talked about it a few weeks ago, and we were freaking jumping we were like jumping up and down and banging off walls. How do you feel, Coolbear, that they are bringing out the Superior Octopus? Doc Ock Panda is getting his own series again, the Superior Octopus.
Who's writing it? That's the thing.
Who is writing that?
It's not Slot. It's Chief the Goat.
See,
Chief is greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time. I agree.
The thing with Superior Spider-Man is actually that was the time period of Slot's writing that I actually really enjoyed. I thought he wrote him really well. I don't like the way he writes Peter Parker, so I never liked that. However, if they can have someone good writing Superior Arc, that'd be good.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who they're tapping to write it, and I'm not seeing it yet.
There's not much information out about it. Last time I heard, they just put out like a teaser image of like the cover.
Okay, I've got it right here. All right, so the series will be written by Christos Gage and illustrated by Mike Hawthorne.
Oh, see, Christos Gage is a good writer.
Yeah,
he's been on forever. It might be good.
I'm excited.
I'm definitely going to read it because I'm a fan of the Otto in the Pete body. But what was the other rumor that I heard is that there's a new Uncanny X-Men title coming, and I don't know if they've announced it yet, but the rumor was that Hickman was attached to write an Uncanny X-Men title, and I'm hoping that that's true. I don't know if it's. I just saw an article on Facebook about it. The title is coming, but they haven't announced the creators.
I'd love to see Hickman back on a mainstream book.
Yeah, I would, and X-Men too.
I missed that time of the Avengers. Was so good.
Oh man, all that leading up through actually Infinity, like everything from I've got most of his Fantastic Four, from Fantastic Four to New Avengers to Avengers into Infinity, all the way up to Secret Wars. Hickman's whole run there was just amazing.
Colbert, did you know that Chief has been tapped to star in the TV series that is going to be based off the comic book Shirtless Bear Fighter? I'm not lying. I am not lying.
I read the first issue of that, so I can't get the joke.
I'm not lying. Our friend John Kroll, who was on the show last night for episode 199, although he thinks it's episode 200.
Yeah, we lied to him.
Oh, is that why you put it into the quotation marks?
Yeah, I lied to him. No, it was a joke, but he knows it was 199.
He told us a while ago he wanted to petition to get the rights for Shirtless Bear Fighter to turn it into a TV series, and he will only do it if Chief plays Shirtless Bear Fighter. and then Chief held him.
For that money, yes, I'll do it.
Well, Chief also held him up because he said, "I'll do it, but Spin's got to voice the Bears."
And I need like 3 years to get in shape.
Frosty Sniper says, "Yo, I forgot to ask, how was the rest of Train to Busan? Amazing. Remember that Train to Busan, the Korean zombie movie?"
Yes, I've seen it.
It's
Did
amazing.
you finish watching it?
I finished watching it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
It's amazing. Great movie. It's great. It's wonderful. Putin saw it. It was great. Wonderful. He loved it. Putin loved it. So with this, and the thing here is, Chief and I, since we have, it's real funny because Chief and I, we're still going out and buying comics, but we get so many now because we're reviewing for DC, Boom, IDW, Zenoscope.
Wow.
is that it? We only got those four.
Uh,
Boom,
yeah.
IDW, DC, and Zenoscope.
Yeah,
We're